Do you remember the conversation here last week about Hymie's? Hymie's is a deli. It is a deli of choice to yours truly. I have a sandwich, the Schmucker, named for me at Hymie's. As you know, Pennsylvania is arguably the most important state. The Philly burbs, the most important area in the heart of Montgomery County, Pennsylvania, not too far from where we sit right now, is Hymie's Delicatessen, owned by our friend Louis Barson, which has become a focal point of controversy because a pro-Trump, anti-Harris commercial was filmed at the behest of the Republican Jewish coalition. In an ad endorsing former President Donald Trump, 3 Jewish women sit in a deli booth with a plate of black and white cookies. They kvetch about the political climate for Jews in Pennsylvania and nationwide as they sip on their coffee, one uttering an oy vey. But some locals are criticizing not just what they're saying, but also where they're saying it from. Eagle-eyed viewers clocked the Republican Jewish coalition's new ad setting as Hymie's. So it's become like a hotbed, and some people have said to Louis, hey, how could you host a pro-Trump commercial being filmed here? And others object to the stereotypical depiction of people who are Jewish. It's like a twofold complaint. And Lewis's answer is to say, I went to school with this guy from the Republican Jewish Coalition. He's my friend since high school. He asked to use the setting, and I did this as a favor for a friend. I'm not taking a position in the election. Now, there's a new commercial that is pro-Harris that has similarly been filmed with Lewis's permission at Hymie's. He always said if Harris wants to come in and do a commercial, she can too.
And
now we're going to play them both.
Okay, good.
We're going to play them both. But what's interesting is that the new commercial, the pro-Harris commercial, are not paid actors. They are locals. I know all of them. They're playing themselves, right, including Ed Rendell.
Yep.
So, Dan, let us first do I'll call it the original Hymie's ad.
Did you watch the news lately? Israel's under attack, anti-Semitism like I never thought I would see.
Did you read about Samantha's boy, Max?
No.
He got spit on just walking at Penn.
I mean, that's scary.
What about Kamala?
Busy defending the squad.
Ay vey. You know, Trump I never cared for, but at least he'll keep us safe.
I never voted Republican in my life, but I am voting Trump.
Amen.
What do you think, TC? Donald Trump will keep us safe, paid for by the Victory Fund.
I mean, when this originally came out, I said, I know these women. I mean, I don't know these women, but these women speak for many women in my life who have never voted Republican, but are this term.
I've certainly heard the local buzz.
Yes.
Pro and con,
yes,
but I have to say, from some people who say, I'm so disappointed in Hymie's. How could they do this? I'm not comfortable going there, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Right.
I want to repeat something that I told you last week when I was in Nevada. I get to Las Vegas last week. I'm watching the cable outlets, and I saw it 3 times in one day.
Oh, yeah.
It's playing in all the battleground states.
Yep.
It's not just a PA thing. Here comes the new commercial. I think this is like a world premiere.
It's not on cable yet?
It will be, but I don't think it has yet aired.
Were you allowed to?
We are now.
Oh,
it's the Elliot Curson principle.
Wow.
Of that great sign that he put on the wall. Like,
yes,
if you know, you know. Okay, so I think, without further ado, the world premiere of the new pro-Harris Hymie's commercial. Roll it.
I love the turkey specials here. They're the best.
And I love the lox and bagels, but I'm very upset with that recent Trump ad that stereotypes Jewish people.
Yeah, I saw it.
Me too. It was really offensive.
It's been years of this. Remember when Trump called those torch-carrying racists and anti-Semites in Charlottesville fine people?
And he wants to pardon those violent criminals who attacked our Capitol on January 6th.
You can't have 4 more years of Trump embracing anti-Semitism, chaos, and violence. It's not good for our country, and it's sure not good for Israel.
That's why this Jewish former Republican member of the Pennsylvania House of Representatives is voting for Harris.
Well, I'm pro-Israel, and I'm definitely voting for Harris.
I'm pro-Israel too, and I was once chairman of the county Republican Party, and I'm voting for Harris.
I'm glad we all agree. Harris for president.
There you go. Vote Harris, November. Okay, so Ed Rendell, love Ed.
Yes.
Love the mayor.
Haven't seen him in ages. Yeah.
Well, I had lunch with him at his house, but it's probably been 6 months ago.
Yeah.
But I love the guy. I really do. Ed Rendell, former mayor of Philadelphia, former governor of Pennsylvania, former head of the DNC.
Right.
Lita Cohen is across from him.
Okay.
She was my state representative. She was my Republican state representative.
And there she is.
Sylvie Spector is a good family friend and now becoming increasingly politically active and is sitting next to Lita.
The young woman, yes.
The young, attractive woman.
Correct.
Can we say that?
Yeah.
Daughter of Shannon and Tracy
How about
Spector.
that? Okay,
right?
didn't know we're going there. Good.
One of the Spector girls.
Right,
one of the
as
Spector
they
girls.
say.
And then Ken Davis, who leans around
Right.
from the booth.
That's actually pretty funny.
Is the former chair of the Montgomery County Republican
Come on.
Party. So these are like locals who are
But not
dialed
really,
in.
like up locals. Not like locals they just pulled off the street. These are.
Well, they're not actors like commercial
I
number
know, but
one.
these are specific locals.
So I sent Lewis a note last night. Lewis Barson, who's the owner of Hymie's.
Oh my gosh.
And I said, Lewis, these people, meaning this group in this commercial, have just done you a hell of a favor. Right?
Do you think that the people who said they weren't going back to Hymie's will now go back to Hymie's?
If they watch what we're producing right now and they're aware of it,
they'll
I don't know.
level the
I don't know
playing
what the
field.
buy is going to be like.
Right.
I don't know what the buy is going to be like. But if I were Lewis after the hue and cry, if a group didn't come to me who wanted to make this commercial, I'd have put a commercial on myself.
Yeah,
with
interesting.
you know what I mean, using the setting for Harris,
Right.
just to like let everybody know, hey, I meant it when I said it.
Yeah.
And Lewis, Lewis couldn't do CNN, and one of the reasons I think was that he was in England last
Yeah, he
weekend.
was traveling.
He got back in a hurry for this commercial.
He was traveling.
Because I
He just
think
gave him the keys.
Because I think he was right. He just gave him the keys.
Come on now.
But it just is so telling of where we are in this campaign that Trump.
And by the way,
like we're
did
fighting
you-
over a booth at Hymie's.
Did you have Hymie's on your political bingo card a month ago? Did you?
Right. People you've never heard of. Can you imagine
We've heard of him.
Can you imagine if a year ago I said to you, and in the final week of the campaign, you're going to be talking about Ed Rendell eating a turkey special at Hymie's. And I would be saying, why didn't he order a schmucker?
Clearly.
Because he's not a schmuck. I am a schmuck.
Right. He wanted the whole thing.
He wanted the whole, I just swallowed.
I
just
where are you eating
swallowed.
lunch today?
I may have to go to Hymie's for lunch.
Why not?
Yeah, I could go for a schmucker right now. Anyway, isn't that really an
It's
interesting
phenomenal.
story?
It's a great story. It's a good, that is not just a follow-up impact. That is like an impact. And we'll see. It's also a bit of a to be continued. I'm very curious if I start seeing that on the
Me too.
cable shows.
Me too.